So imagine you're soaring over the water or in the air. You see things all around. You have that bird's eye view. And you're flying. Now, who here would like to fly? Absolutely. Who wouldn't? So, down, okay. So I started surfing at 12 years old and grew up in Jacksonville. So we have these tiny waves pretty consistently that are great when you're about 100 pounds and 12 years old. So went to surf camps, would go with friends. Jacksonville was an awesome place to grow up and surf. But you end up wanting more. There's an entire world out there, can gain a lot of experience. So I just felt like I graduated from the Florida waves and wanted something bigger and better. Ended up having an opportunity as a territory manager to move out to Honolulu. And there I surfed some really big waves, really challenged my surfing, got caught in challenging situations where you really are immersed in the moment and challenged. So this is where I spent most of my time, was in Honolulu, frequent trips to the North Shore, surfing the big waves up there. And so I took care of Waikiki. Honolulu was my territory, and I specifically remember one day I was driving down, I think it's Kalakaua, it's been a few years since it's been in Hawaii, so I'm forgetting the names, and seeing these foilers riding the waves. And they would just link 5, 6, 7 waves, and they'd be riding the entire time I was driving down on this beach access. And it looked absolutely radiant, and I was just astounded. This is amazing. I was completely fascinated. Then, a few years later, my wife got pregnant with my first son, and we just decided that being closer to family is really important. My brother has a son close to my son's age, and we decided we wanted to be close to family. So we packed our bags and moved to Florida. And surfing consistently, waves overhead, consistent south swells, north swells. I felt like I was a dragon slayer in a place where dragons didn't exist. So we did have small waves, which allowed for opportunities to learn new things. So I remember those tiny waves in Waikiki, those foilers, getting long rides, connecting the waves, and I decided this is what I'm gonna do. So I've snowboarded, skateboarded, surfed my whole life. I have to say, this is the most challenging sport I have ever done, without a doubt. You're probably get a couple hundred falls before you can get your first ride, and then the level of confidence to actually ride is extremely challenging. So the way this works is, so it's aeronautical engineering, and it's designed like an airplane. So when the water passes the wing, it generates lift. And when you get speed, the foil can lift out of the water, and then you get glide. So the foils have an aspect ratio, which is the volume of the foil as well as the diameter of the wing, which helps your glide. The larger wings have slower stall speeds, so it makes it more stable, and then the smaller wings have more speed. Currently I'm on a 150 high aspect. I learned on a 200, so equivalent to surfing, the 200 would be like a longboard, and then the 150 is kind of more of a shortboard. And then the tail really allows you to level out and get your balance and really hit pumps while you're going. So you're consistently controlling the height, because the more speed you get, the more lift you generate. So you consistently have to push on your front foot. And this is also challenging because you're on an axis that can tip from side to side. And those who know physics, when you make a turn, you actually accelerate. And then it also allows you to pump. So when you get in a downward motion, you're accelerating, and then you can hit the tail and keep that speed and flow and rhythm, which allows you to connect waves consistently. So the easiest way to learn, and a lot of people ask, they'll see me cruise on a nice long ride on this, I'll come in, people, where's the motor at? And I'm like, there is no motor. The motor's my legs right here. So there's an E-foil, which the motor's at the base, and then there's a foil drive. The foil drive allows you to get up to speed, and then the motor will shut off once you're out of the water flying. There's a couple different aspects to give you more water time. You can harness the wind. I've done this 3-4 times. You think, oh, I got this aspect of foiling down. I'm gonna figure this out, no problem. Nope, you're a beginner again. Starting from scratch. So you gotta stand in the water, you have your wing, and you have to grab the wind energy to pull yourself up on foil and release that resistance. Then this is really another technical aspect is downwind foiling. So they use the sup board. So if you go down off foil, you can get back up with your paddle. Guys right now are covering incredible distances. Got it a North American record, 200 kilometers from Port St. Lucie to Miami. Took about 9.5 hours. He stayed on foil the whole time. My longest time is about 6 minutes. So, getting there, I also don't have the sup foil, but prone, just bouncing on the waves. We get side shore, chop comes, and you can really harness that wind. Favorites, tow foiling. The jet ski just allows you to really accelerate. And so challenge yourself and learn to fly and check out hydrofoiling. Thank you.